Hello again, you're watching Sky News. I was going to do a big introduction, but I don't need to because Thierry Henry is here with me. We're talking about Confidence Month as far as Sky Academy is concerned. He's an ambassador. Talk to me about Sky Confidence Month. What have you been up to?
Well, today was a very long day, but very enjoyable too.
Good. You're working with lots of kids?
Yeah, it was 15, 16 of them and 5 also that won a prize. So we had a little bit of fun with them, making sure also that they can gain their confidence back through sport. So the initiative and the session is called Sky Sports, Living for Sport. So we're trying to make sure that through sport they can get their confidence back. So today I was with Casey Stoney, that's also a Sky Academy ambassador, and she had a great idea. So she just put a rope out there, and she has those kids. If you feel confident, jump over the rope. And 6 or 5 of them did jump over the rope, and throughout the session and after the session you could see that they were loosening up. You could see that they were getting a bit more confident and making sure that they were feeling better about themselves. And at the end, same question, rope, who is feeling confident? They went over the rope and almost to the fence, and then nearly went over the fence. So that's one of the things that's very important, because kids are the future, aren't they?
Sure.
And you need to make sure that they can dream and feel confident about themselves.
It's easy to say, though, isn't it? Come on, have some confidence. But what do you do? How do you motivate these kids? What would you say to lots of youngsters? Obviously, it's half term at the moment. To say, come on, you can get a bit of confidence by doing this.
Nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. If you want to work hard at it, and put yourself out there, don't be scared to come out of your comfort zone. Don't let anyone affect how you're going to think about yourself. It's your own confidence, it's your own self-confidence. So be out there, be yourself, don't be scared. And there's only one thing that is set in stone, is the past. The future is bright, but you need to make sure that you're active in the present. So that's one of the things that you need to explain. And obviously through my experience, Casey's experience, we can go out there and talk about stuff that we went through.
Yeah.
And trust me, as a dad and old athlete, I'm still trying to find out about myself. But I always say to them, and I keep saying it, and people sometimes look at me in a weird way, the best meeting that you can have is not meeting your hero. It's not meeting that people that you think, that you see on TV, that there's something or whatever it is. I think for me, the best meeting that you can ever have is to meet yourself. When you're going to have that meeting about yourself and knowing exactly the person that you are and the person that you're not, so analyzing your weaknesses and your strong points, and you come to a kind of a harmony with it and with yourself, then therefore when someone is going to try to hurt you or maybe praise you too much, you're still going to stay grounded. You're going to have the right amount of confidence about it because you already dealt with that yourself. Then therefore you can go further.
We wanted to show you some goals, hardly surprising. Now, we did want the Leeds goal, but we haven't got it. That Leeds goal.
Yes, it is.
It was amazing.
It is for me. It became a personal moment for me, the Leeds goal, when I came back to play for Arsenal, because I scored that goal as a fan.
About 8 weeks in the end, was it something like that you came back for?
Yeah, about that. But I scored that goal as a fan, and it was different than anything else that I came across.
My little boy is a huge Arsenal fan, and for him, it was the Tottenham goal.
Oh, wow.
We might have a look at that. What do you think? Talk us through it. Hopefully you can see it here.
That's the United goal. That's
the United goal, yeah.
That's
not the one I was talking about.
But it's about confidence at the end of the day, and if you're not confident to try that, you're going to be in trouble.
Yes.
That's
that was
Liverpool.
a chip, yeah.
Liverpool, same thing.
Okay.
I'm
still waiting for the Tottenham goal.
I miss so many goals like that, and it's about being confident at the end of the day. This one was more Dennis Bergkamp giving me a good ball. I got lucky with it at the end. But basically, at the end of the day, when you go out there playing in the Premier League and trying to perform, that's Tottenham, Perry, and yeah. But my thing all the time
you
when
ran
I was
all the way back, though, didn't you, to the Spurs fans?
Yeah. But it's when you think about that, is again, I go back to confidence. If you play as a striker in the Premier League and anywhere at the end of the day, you need to go out there and try to do something different. And I missed so many goals in my career where I tried to do something, but you should never be scared of failure, because that's how you're going to be successful. Failure is it's not something that you should be scared of, it's something that you should embrace to make sure that you don't deal with it again. But it's not about how you fail, it's about how you bounce back, ultimately in a career or even in life.
Game's changed a lot, presumably, since you were playing.
Yes.
Ozil or Bergkamp?
Oh, it's a difficult one for me. Always going to be Bergkamp, because Ozil is doing extremely well. What I meant to say before, it's not going to be a difficult one for me. Dennis Bergkamp is the best player I played with. End of.
Really?
Yes.
Not Ozil. I was sure you were going to say Ozil.
I didn't really play with Mesut, so I can't really talk about him like that. But for me, Dennis Bergkamp is the best player that I played with.
OK, so I'm going to give you another one then. The Invincibles versus Barca.
Hey, that's hard. We won the treble with Barca, so. But I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm going to have to go with the Invincibles.
Why did you leave then?
Because I'm a competitor and I wanted to compete.
Talk to us about when you went to the United States. How is the football going in the United States? We've seen Stevie Gerrard go there, Frank Lampard's there at the moment. Do you envisage a time when youngsters in the United States will see football players, or soccer players as they call them there, as role models like they do here?
What's difficult in the US is you find yourself competing with the NFL, with the NBA, and ultimately those are their sports. How are you going to do that? You need to be able to bring the likes of Martial playing for United, for example, there. How are you going to bring them earlier than 32, 33, 34? So those young kids growing up are not going to see Didier Drogba at his best, me at my best, Steven Gerrard when he was at his best. So it's difficult then to dream and try or want to emulate what those guys were doing. How do you manage to bring them earlier? That's going to be tricky for the MLS. But don't get me wrong, they're doing an amazing job. The game over there is definitely bigger than what it used to be. But how are you going to manage to bring those talents earlier than the time that they're coming?
Talk about confidence. Can I ask you about the story that was in the papers at the weekend about some of the Premiership League, two Premiership players, I think, who were thinking about coming out as gay? Do you feel that there is an atmosphere now within the Premier League where they can be confident enough to do that? How do you think the other players will receive them?
You know what, it's kind of weird to talk about it, because when I was in MLS, Robbie Rogers came out and said that he was. And the first question, as you can imagine, everybody was coming. I said, for me, it is not a problem, but making it a problem becomes a problem. Do you understand what I mean?
Sure.
Going around, do you think it's right? Do you think it's wrong? Well, in the society that we are living, it's okay. It's normal. So why making it a problem? For me, it's not a problem. I can play with you. It's not a problem. We're ultimately there to do a job. Whatever you believe in, whatever you do, it's not my problem. That's your prerogative. But I'm saying that people sometimes are making it too much of a problem. It should be okay by now. We're living in a different time, different world, and people should accept that. And actually, for me,
so you're saying they shouldn't make a statement about saying I'm coming out as
No, they should. They should. But I'm saying the reaction of others.
Okay.
I'm talking about the reaction of others. Oh, wow. Oh. If I think it's great. I think it's great for the game. We're going forward. It's great for anyone, for any human being. If he makes you feel better to get on about your life, we're going back again to confidence.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you are confident enough to come and say it and live with it and have that meeting with yourself and embrace it, so be it and do it. But I was talking more about the reaction of others.
But do you think the league will be supportive, or do you think football in general will be supportive of players if they come out, or do you think there'll be some that won't be?
I can't talk for everyone, but if I was in a dressing room, that guy would still have been my teammate, and I would still give him the ball, and I would still see him the same way. Still go out with him or have lunch or whatever. We're all human beings at the end of the day. So it doesn't really bother me, or it doesn't. Obviously, we have to talk about it, but ultimately, it doesn't bother me. I think we're all human beings at the end of the day.
Who was the manager that gave you the most confidence?
Arsene did. I played under a lot of managers that did it in a certain way. For example, I had John Tigana early doors in my career, where he made me realize a lot of stuff, how to be a professional, how to behave, and how to be on time, how to work hard, and all this type of thing, and don't take anything for granted. I had my dad before that, but Arsene ultimately brought me to the next level, like I said, Arsene gave me the best advice that anyone gave me in the game. He said to me, don't ask yourself the wrong questions. So, for example, let's say if I'm playing with Dennis Bergkamp, obviously he could find me.
Not Ozil, obviously.
No, he could find me. Well, I didn't play with the guy, so it's a bit difficult. But if you go back to him, I kind of knew at one point. So when some guys were not finding me, right, I was always like, oh, he can't find me, he doesn't see, or stuff like complaining about him and not thinking about what I could do for that guy to see me. So that was his way. Arsene was like, instead of saying that the guy is not good, what can you do to make sure that he can see you? That's what he meant with ask yourself the right question, not the wrong one.
So, Arsene, who apart from you, who's the best football player in the Premiership over the last 15 years?
I would have to go with Paul Scholes.
Of course.
I would have to go with Paul Scholes because I think people didn't give him the credit that he deserved. One of the best, if not the best, that I played against. He could do anything. But unfortunately for him, when he was playing for the national team sometime with England, people didn't see it like that. So I think if I had a Paul Scholes in my team, everything would be around him. But some people didn't see it like that. At Man United, they saw it like that in a way. He had guys also around him. But I think Paul Scholes was one of the best that I played against in this league and seen anyway.
And what's the biggest challenge from being a star on the pitch to being a star on the telly?
It's in a way when you play, you're not acting because you just have to play. So you're yourself. And when you're on TV at the very beginning, you need to find kind of a balanced thing to be yourself. You know, so at the beginning, as I stopped playing the game, you're close to some of those players. So you're like, I still need to call something that's bad. And if I have to praise you, then I have to praise you. But if it's bad, I also have to say it's bad. And at the beginning...
So they ring you up and say, I can't believe you just said that about me?
No, I get some looks sometimes, I guess. But you have to be honest with it, and you kind of deal with it. More you do it, and more you deal with it. And I would like to say that it's easier for me now, you know, because you learn. You can't be good right from the start. I had to learn how to talk on TV, how to say some stuff, having the earpiece in my ear, and people are talking to you while you're talking, things going wrong while it's live.
Welcome to my world.
It is not easy, and people take it for granted. They think it's an easy thing, and I did too at the beginning. You know, I thought I was like, okay, I'm going to go there, but now it's easier. I'm getting used to it, and I'm more open about it, and I actually try to call what I see.
Two final questions. You saw Frankie Lampard got his OBE today. Would you like an honorary gong, perhaps?
Oh, I don't know about it. I'm not even thinking about it. All I can say is he deserves it. What a tremendous player he was in the game. What a
gentleman.
What a gentleman. What a role model. And I know him a bit. He's a great guy. He deserves it. He deserves it. I remember playing against him when he was playing for West Ham, and things were not going so well for him. And he's a great example, actually, that if you're confident and you work hard and you believe in what you are and what you want to do, anything is possible. So well done, Frank.
Final thoughts. Who's going to win the league?
Arsenal.
Are they really? I mean, I want Arsenal to win the league.
Listen,
you want Arsenal to win the league.
I wasn't sure at the beginning. I'm not going to lie. I thought that Chelsea was going to be strong again.
Not this season.
It's still not over. I've seen weirder things in my life to write them off yet. It's going to be very difficult for them. And then at the beginning of the season, I'm like, who's going to stop City? I mean, it's very difficult. Who's going to stop City? And now it's Arsenal coming and playing the way they should be playing and the way they are playing extremely well, actually. So I would like to think that, yeah, they are in a battle, they're in a fight, but at the end of the very day, you need to be there competing around April. If you're there around April, then you have all the chance in the world. And at the moment they are there, and I think for the fans, it's all about competing. For once, for a very long time, we are there competing with the feeling, the real feeling that Arsenal can win it.
Final thought for lots of kids watching this afternoon. Obviously, we've been telling lots of them that you're on, so everybody will be keen to see you. There are lots of people watching you. Confidence. Give them a bit of confidence.
Like I said before, nothing is impossible. We've just saw a footage of Frank Lampard getting decorated, and he deserves it. That should be a great example for you guys. Go out there, work hard. Like I said before, nothing is set in stone, apart from the past. So go out there, work hard, and believe in yourself.
You know, this is my show, don't you? We'll see you.